Hey, it's Goose and Ronni backstage here at Sonic Temple. Final day, sitting down with the men of Ashes to New. So just wrapping up the Cathedral stage. How was it performing at Sonic Temple?
It was sick. It was hot, but there was no sun on the stage, so all of our production was up there looking pretty, and the crowd went off. I mean, earlier set for us. Typically it's a little later, but that stage is stacked today.
It was great.
So I mean, there's so many great bands playing here today. It's sick to be a part of it, and the crowd they went nuts. And we just did a VIP thing, and they were just raving, like the whole staff and everything. Like everyone's just raving about your set today. So I guess we did good.
Well, I will say I've already seen some social media stuff, and people are going nuts for what you guys did.
Let's go.
Cool.
Let's go.
Love that.
And our new record's not even out yet.
That's what I was going to say. You guys have been working on that 5th album. What's the story and the timeline for all that?
Oh man.
There's a lot of stories and timelines. Who wants? Dude, you want each of our perspectives?
We've been working our asses off. We went through every single song. And we're like, is every single part as great as it can be? And if it's not, get rid of it. Do something different. Make it better. We scrutinized every little detail the whole way through, from start to finish, and it made it so that we're struggling to figure out what song to put out first because they're all so fucking good. It's ridiculous.
That's great to hear. I mean, do you ever know when a song is really finished, though? I mean, damn.
I don't know if it'll ever be finished. You kind of just have to put it down and be like, this is what it is.
For sure.
And it's so funny you say that because a little bit earlier we were sitting down and talking with Sam from Chevelle, and they were working on some stuff, and it was like it's never finished. At some point you have to be happy with it because you'll never stop.
Yeah,
you
Lance and I
are
are
making improvements.
I was gonna say, we have one song on this record that was actually 3 other songs before it turned. We threw the song away 3 times before it became what it is. So yeah, it's never done.
Yeah, and it's still not done because we just got it back, and it's in the mixing phase right now. And Lance and I looked at each other. We're like, we're gonna have to go home and do vocal production. So as soon as we're done with this tour, Lance and I are going home, and we're gonna work on making the vocals even better. So, but with this record, we're so precious on it. Our last record did so well for us. It is our biggest record, and of course you want to keep going in that direction. So it gets a little harder every time to top what you've done. And stay genuine while you're doing it, right? Because a lot of people will try. It's kind of like going up to the plate and swinging for a home run and striking out, right? So that's why it's taken a little while, but we know that it is the best thing we've ever done. Maybe some of the best stuff that the industry's ever done. I'm going to put that out there.
So it's coming.
It's coming, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming. We don't have any timelines, though. That was part of the question.
Yeah,
no
Game of Thrones
timelines
with winter, winter is coming. It's the big thing that's going to be happening. It's crazy.
You are gonna have a new song.
Probably soon. Probably soon.
Deciding which song is going to be another thing.
Don't get
That's
started.
this. Oh my God.
That's been a journey in and of itself.
Oh, it's been the worst.
insane.
Yeah, we're bringing fans up on our bus, having them listen to the songs because we have no idea what
Are
to
you
choose.
really?
Yeah, because
Some
What
of
an
the
amazing
close,
move.
close fans that we've known for a while that we can, we've had conversations with, trust their opinions on, just to see.
yeah,
In my head, I think I'm pushing for one.
Amazing idea. That's crazy.
it's tough, man. It's tough.
I got to say, I love in diving deeper and doing more research. Whether it's true or not, because it is the internet, but looking at your influences was so cool to me because it listed everything from one of my all-time favorites, Linkin Park, and you got Korn in there, but then you had Bone Thugs and Harmony on the list, Eminem on the list, and just the inspiration that comes from all over the place.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, product of the late '90s and early 2000s, right? I mean, music was, I feel like culture was at its peak then, man. It's just, and maybe I'm speaking some age stuff, but I think that a lot of people probably agree. Who was it, Danny, that said, was it Vanilla Ice? Or was it Fred Durst?
Yes, no, it was Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, okay. I'm not trying to
That
put them on the
culture
same
stopped.
page, but it was, it was.
Right.
Culture stopped at the 2000s, and everything is just being recycled from then on.
Yeah.
So the 90s and early 2000s were peak culture.
Yeah, and Bone Thugs and Harmony was my first introduction to secular music. Crazy enough, right? You would think that it would have been something like Led Zeppelin or something a little bit lighter than Bone Thugs, but that was the first thing I got introduced to secular music on because I grew up in a Christian household. So my parents were like, "What is wrong with our child right now?" And then Eminem came along, and they were like, "All right, I don't know this kid. I don't know this kid anymore."
I was going to ask you guys what you do when you're off tour that kind of gives you a recharge, but it sounds like when you get home, you're just producing the music. Is there anything outside of that each of you do that kind of helps you sort of recharge your batteries a little bit?
What do you do, Maddie?
I basically go back on tour. I go find another tour to go hop on and do something. We all work on the music or
Yeah.
practice our crafts or doing something, brainstorm for the next thing, try to elevate it more. But yeah, I run around.
Maddie's our social butterfly. We're just like, hey, go out into the wild, buddy. You know what I mean? Like,
Tell us of your adventures, please.
You'll catch me on something or at festivals. Like I'm staying at Rockville the whole weekend and just doing that stuff. I love it.
Yeah, he did a tour with Shinedown working for them.
Yeah.
Like he's always out and about.
Wow,
You'll see
that's
me.
cool.
So I don't stop.
I'm a family man, so I go home, I spend time with my kids, my wife, just my family, and just I love landscaping.
Really?
Yeah,
That's so
that's
sick,
all-
dude.
I'm
such
at a point in
great,
my life where I've got
tidbit to find out.
some, a little bit of money to spend on landscaping, right? Like I never had that before, so it was
Dude,
like,
flowers are expensive.
Yeah.
Like bushes and shit.
Like I
This
just did
shit's
like a whole
crazy.
backyard project with concrete and a deck, and it's like, growing up I was poor, so like, I mean, we had love in my family, but we didn't have money. So, so growing up, like I didn't have anything like that. It was like a 2-bedroom apartment. I shared a room with my sister. So now I'm at the point where I can buy like junipers, and I'm like, I go out there. That's therapeutic, honestly. Like when you're moving and you're going and you're writing and you're doing this all the time, and you go out to like a plant shop, like you're like, all right, this is chill.
Calm.
Listen, I could spend an entire day at Home Depot or
Oh.
Menards or any of those and walk around. It is the most relaxing thing, knowing I can just walk around, buy that stuff, and then take it home and
Yeah.
make some creation, and then crack open a beer when I'm done and go.
Yeah. It's
Well,
chill.
that's kind of my next question. I've asked this little softball question before. You've had some success. Your last album was your biggest. It's going to continue to grow with your next album. A little bit of money rolling in. So it's gardening for you. That first check with a comma comes in. What did you pick up? What did you splurge on the first time?
I bought a house, so that was sick. My wife and I got a house together, and then I want to get rid of like all of the mundane tasks that I don't want to do. So I got like an, like a robot like mower.
Yeah,
I got a
a
robot
robot
like
mower.
vacuum and
Okay.
mop. Dude, it's saving
Tesla guy.
my life. Yeah, and it got Teslas. Yeah, so like I'm trying to like automate out all the shit I don't want to do. So like my lawnmower just mows the lawn for me. Like my mop and vacuum just mops and vacuums the house. Like I don't want to deal with it. I don't want my wife to have to deal with it when I'm not home. So like that was the first thing that I did after getting a house. I was like, I'm gonna automate out everything I don't want to do. Next thing is probably gonna be like like the Tesla robots, like fold the laundry, do the laundry. We don't want to do any of it.
What was her name? What was her name? Ruby from the Jetsons? Was that the robot's name? The maid?
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
What'd you buy?
I bought a house as well, but when it comes to like other material things, I'm a huge nerd of the group, so I have like 2 super PCs, a whole stream room, like all that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
He's got all the neon lights, and he's got the anime statues, and like he's
Hey,
Make a
he's our
nerd.
resident nerd, man. Like you got to have them all, right?
that's great.
Maddie.
And Maddie, social butterfly here. What did you spend your money on?
I kept it in the bank, spent it on tattoos, and stayed on tour so I don't spend it.
Right. Yeah, that's
got a house, though,
that's a
too.
good idea.
Yeah, I didn't buy one yet, but I'm in
Backing up.
Nashville.
You keep
I got
busy.
a spot, setting up a whole studio drum room. It'll be spent on tattoos, drums, and studio equipment.
Yeah, I mean,
basically.
nothing wrong with that. Stay
Yeah.
busy, idle hands, man. If you keep working, you don't have to worry about the money disappearing, for sure.
So, with your music that you have out now, all of the great music, and excluding the music you're still working on, which will come out soon, what do you want your fans to take away from your music when they're blasting it? Because you guys have talked about all kinds of different things: health, emotions, stress, anxiety. But what do you specifically want your fans to take away from your music?
authenticity.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that every song came from a place from one of us, like we feel what we're talking about. It's not fake.
Yeah, I don't want to pigeonhole anybody. I think that you just take away what you want to take away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, what's the song mean to you? I heard it from I think it was Dave Grohl. They were asking him what songs were about, and he's like, I don't want to talk about what the songs are about.
Yeah.
And they were like, why not? He's like, well, because it means something special to each individual person. If I tell you what
100%.
that song is about, now all of a sudden you know exactly what we were talking about. So like Lance said, authenticity, and just want people to just be able to feel it. If they love it, love it. If they hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it good. You know what I mean? Like, there's a
Hate it
lot
with
of
all
really
your
big
heart.
artists that are hated too.
Right.
And it's like that's an emotion, sure. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So it's like whatever people want to feel it.
All right.
And that's what we're here for.
Well, as the success continues to grow and the albums continue to gain success, You're playing Sonic Temple, obviously different from the days of starting out. What's the biggest change you've seen from the days of getting together and maybe jam banding to now playing Cathedral here at Sonic Temple Final Day?
What's
I
your?
don't think we've changed at all as individuals. I think the big thing that's changed is like the crowds have gotten bigger, but we've chosen to like be confident in who we are on stage, and that's a big thing that we're doing right now. Is like we're choosing to be confident and knowing that we're connecting with people who connect with our music. That's all that matters. So I know that that's at least one thing that
To
that we've
piggyback
focused
off,
on.
it's like just finding who we are on stage and embracing those things, which I think then resonates with the crowd and allowing that authenticity to show in the stuff. I think before, maybe as a younger band, you try to be like your peers or like the people that you look up to. And we realized that we just had to be us.
Well, I was going to say, you all seem like very confident young men, and you truly believe, what you sing and what you write. And I know sometimes when you get to a certain level, the music business can be a little bit difficult. Have you hit roadblocks, or have you and made changes, or have you just you're like, no, this is who we are, take it or leave it kind of thing?
I mean, you hit roadblocks all the time, right? And you kind of look back on your past sometimes and you go, ooh, what was I doing there? But it's all building blocks, right? Like without that, you don't know how to make things right. So, but I don't think that I have some regrets in a way that I used to dress, maybe. But like outside of that, like I don't think that I have any regrets. And I think all the roadblocks that we've had, even some of the hardest ones that were literal roadblocks with like touring bus issues and things like that, like. We're a team. We overcome things as a team, and it's like the most important thing. Like a lot of us come from team sports, play team sports, love team sports, those types of things. So it's like that mentality is so important. If it's just about one person, it'll never work. So it's not just about us as the four of us, or Jimmy who plays on stage with us, or our team and everybody around us. Like everybody's family, everybody's a team, and we can overcome anything together. So that's the mentality.
If you guys could pick one of your songs, each of you, that could be sent off into like a time capsule to represent your legacy, which one of your songs would you each pick?
We're probably all going to say off the new record, but if I were to have to go with the other stuff, for me, my initial gut instinct is Panic. I think it just embodies a lot of everything of what we've talked about, our sound, imagery, things like that. So
Good
that's me.
choice.
I don't want to say Legacy, although that is crazy because we have a song called Legacy. So, So when you said that, I was like, oh, I feel like I have to pick this song. I'm going to go to the beginning, and I'm going to say My Fight. And it's, way back in 2013, I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that I didn't want to do the local thing anymore. And I was like, I need to try to do something different if I'm going to do anything with music. It was the first one that I wrote like a minute of. There wasn't even words to it yet. It was just the music, and I was living in a really not so good neighborhood, and I was on my back stoop, and I was just listening to it on my old Samsung S5 or whatever it was. And I'm listening to it, I'm like, this is going to be something. Like, I could feel it. I knew it was going to be something. And the next thing you know, we finished it, and it was on radio without us even pitching it to anybody. So it was crazy.
Shout out, Vinny.
All right. I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. All right.
I love how these start. Go ahead.
Now, it's a new song. I'm not going to tell you the name of it, but the subject matter is about leaving your loved ones behind. That what we do for a living really put into an emotional song, especially him coming out singing about his new kid that he had.
Hey, this new kid.
At the time, he was a newborn, so it really hit home for him. The lyrics are super emotional, so I'm not going to give you any more than that, but that's going to be the song.
That is a phenomenal answer. I love that answer. Since you went with that, I'm also going to go with Maddie on Panic because that was one of the first songs in the band that I had a big hand in. So I finally felt like I was contributing, something to the music. So I'll go with Panic too.
Well, you were pumping your fist while he was talking, so you're excited for this new song and this new album.
Dude, this album's insane, man.
It's ridiculous.
So I'm going to say two things, and I've been telling fans this in VIP. First, when someone tells you a movie's like really good and you see it and you're like, like it really wasn't that good. Or the flip side of that, when they tell you a movie's bad and you watch it and you go, well, that was actually really good. That wasn't bad. Okay, so our record's terrible.
Absolute
Okay,
shit.
so
Absolute
that's the
dog
first
shit.
thing. And then on the other side of that,
worst.
I'm a music fan first. And not to throw shade on any other artist, but I listen to our music as if I'm a fan as well because I like this particular subgenre of where we're at. I love it. That's why I started the band. I thought it needed more of this music. So to listen to this new record, it really makes me feel some sort of way about other music. I can't enjoy it as much as I used to because I feel like our music is just taken to that next level so high that I just love it a little bit more than anything else I'm listening to.
So we spent a lot of time on the details of each song
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
the production. And
Yeah, and Lance and I, and everybody
We
produced
spent
as well, but Lance and I
14
really
months on
like
this album.
in front of our computers for hours, and then they worked on drum production forever. Like, Maddie's like in the studio, he doesn't even know we're there working on drum production, and we're so in on this new music, we're so involved, and it's like it makes you feel some sort of way, like it brings you back in, especially 5 albums deep, getting a little jaded, not knowing where you're going, and then you sit down and you go, oh, that's right, this is why I love this. This is what it's all about, and now we're all connected to it, and we just can't wait to share it with people.
I mean, it's your craft.
Yep.
And each one of those songs are your babies,
Yep.
really, right?
Yeah,
And you're
absolutely.
gonna be giving them away to everyone on the planet. So
Yep.
you really want to make sure it is exactly what you want.
Yeah.
It makes all the sense in the world.
I'll tell you what, my pulse is elevated a little bit. I'm jacked for this album, man. The way you guys are talking about it.
Maddie, take your shirt off. Get
You
it
guys
on.
are the best salespeople ever.
So did you all hear the ice cream truck back there a few minutes ago? or
Was that what it was? It
just
sounded like someone was ripping a recorder. I thought we were in the middle
Blink-182
of.
for a second.
There's an
I
ice
heard
cream
something
truck.
else.
Right?
some
What?
ice
I was
cream?
vibing. I was like, okay, let's go.
Totally go for some ice cream right now, man. Well, you heard it here. New album, sometime in the near future.
Yeah.
We're gonna say, are we? Can we say 2025 at least?
Song.
Probably not.
Some of it, yes.
Okay, all right,
We'll have
fair
a
enough.
release or
Yeah, the new album probably not in 25.
Okay.
But
All right.
But we're not going to go the rest of the year without at least getting a song or two out. So
Well, we absolutely cannot wait from Ashes to New. Thank you so much
Hell
for
yeah.
your time, gentlemen. Thanks for rocking Sonic Temple yet again. It's Goose, Ronnie from Ashes to New, 99.7 The Blitz.